What's up, y'all? It's Deep Talk with T, episode 39. Today's topic of discussion is Amor Fati. It's a Latin phrase that means love of fate, and it is relevant as fuck to everyone because life is always happening. Things that are out of your control are what we can call fate. The things that you can control are what we can call free will. So this is kind of a discussion of fate and free will, and I've been having this discussion recently with people in my life, seeing what their opinions are on, because it's an age old philosophical debate about predeterminism and free will, and the idea that life is happening in a way that has already been preordained or written, and there's nothing that you can do to change things, and or that everything is a result of your choice and you have complete autonomy and free will, and everything that you do is just a result of your choices, and then everything that happens to you is a result of your choices. So my personal sentiments, my personal feelings is more of an eclectic mix of the two. Life happens for you, and it is a mix of what you do that creates that. So you get information in the form of physical sensations, like your body tells you when you're hungry with a certain sensation. Your body tells you when you need to sleep with a certain sensation. Your body tells you when you need to seek treatment for something with a certain sensation. Same way it does with mental and emotional. You feel a certain way, you think certain things, you feel certain things, that's information that's guiding you. So you can take the information that you get given in those ways and use them however you choose to. I personally last night parked my car in a lot near here. I live in Los Angeles. For anybody knows about Los Angeles, if you don't have a parking spot, which I can't get because they're on a wait list. If you don't have a parking spot, it can be a bitch to find parking. I drove around last night looking for parking forever. Finally said fuck it and parked in a lot that I didn't think they were going to tow me in. Guess what the fuck they did? They towed me. So I woke up, went and looked for my car just expecting to see it, because 95% expecting to see it, 5% understanding that they might have towed it. That 5% hit, and I was pissed off. But what did I do? I hit the fucking floor, because you have to have a love of fate and look at the lessons behind it. I could have parked further away. I could have looked longer, parked further away, and walked longer to make sure that I didn't get towed by parking in a space that it would have been okay and they wouldn't have towed it. But I chose to park closer and walk less, do less work, paid for it in the long run. So there's a lesson there though, and I did that to myself. So that's fate and free will. Things are always happening to you, but they're happening for you. Because if you can twist your perspective and see things from a way that is embracing what happens, then you can learn from it. And there are no losses. There's only wins and lessons. So Amor Fati, the love of fate, is that philosophy in action. And how can you apply it? You do things like induce discipline on yourself. I started to get anxious about the fact that I had to spend this money to get it out or whatever. I have the money. Hit the floor. What are you bitching about? You have all of your needs met. You have the money to get it out and then some, like to where you're not gonna be hurting at all in any way. What are you bitching about? There are people who are hurting without the money to get that shit, and they don't even have that in the first place. What are you bitching about? Me personally, I had to ask myself that, and then you personally have to ask yourself that when you get to bitching about some stuff. You have to test your own thinking, stress test your own character. This is just sort of a mix of conversations I was going to have about stress testing shit, about fate and free will, but they're all coming together because you have to stress test things. People show you who they are under stress. People show you who they are under duress. Ideas show you their solidity under stress. If you think you have this grand business idea, or you think you have this grand song idea or capabilities, put that shit to the test. You think you're that good at basketball, get on the court. You think you're that good at doing whatever the fuck you think you're that good at doing, hop in the seat and do it. And do it over and over and over again. And if you're really world class and you really keep applying this shit, fate will fall in line with your free will and those choices. But if you don't, then it will also fall in line with whatever those choices are. So you have to decide day in and day out in every moment, because that's all you are as a decision maker. So you continually decide who you are and who you want to be with action. And you decide who you are and who you're going to be with the way you talk to yourself and the emotions that you allow yourself to indulge in, and the way you manage those things, the way you manage those thoughts, the way you manage those emotions, the way you manage those physical sensations and urges. You get horny, so does everybody else. Do you go off and cheat on your wife or your husband? Do you go off and cheat on your diet when you get hungry and you get a little sugar craving? Do you go off and cheat on your workout program when you get a little tired or you don't feel like doing it? The results, no. Then the results will show. So, love, fate, embrace it. Good, bad, or indifferent. Whatever it is that you have to do, you have to make happen. And if that means creating a life of rest for yourself because you've been grinding so damn long that you need to figure out ways to automate things in your life so that you don't have to be so hands-on with everything, you have to do that. That's your level up. That's your guide. If it is losing weight or gaining weight or getting more money or starting that business or trying that recipe or asking that guy or girl out, you have to figure it out what it is for you and do it. Be bold enough, be brave enough to pursue your dreams. Much love, y'all.